Shagun, that's not going to take care of the situation as we have it right now.
Honestly,
the state governors, at one point, in fact, in less than 5 seconds, they called for a bailout, and almost immediately, shoved that aside and said
that won't fly.
Let's have the federal government pay back our money.
How would it fly? Then everybody will go to the federal government, cap in hand, please give us money. The industries, even that are suffering right now, will probably go. Maybe the banks will also start asking for bailout. Maybe your organization should go and ask for bailout. Since they are not providing you power, then okay, help me in sustaining this challenge you people have created by the little or no availability of fuel in the last couple of months when we started with the scarcity saga. Excuse me. Now, if we are clear as to what do you do with your staff, you have to pay them. They don't have a choice. These guys needs to be paid. Then they thought of it. The general Nigerian population will just go at them. Why are you asking for bailout? What happened to your monies? So somewhere, maybe some wisdom came, and they felt, look, let's go back. Honorably, we've tabled to government, to federal government over time, especially a state like Lagos that has been demanding, look, we've been taking care of most of your assets and infrastructure here in the city, in the state, for over some time now since you packed out. Give us back, I think it's about 51 billion or thereabout Lagos State has been asking for, that let's get these monies. So Lagos is even not part of the states that is suffering this situation. Okay, so if they are saying, give us back our monies, how much? How much would that fare? It's because bogus claims are also coming. And then we are still where we will be. Federal government does not have that money. Whether it is for bailout, whether it's to refund, it is clear that the coffers are almost as empty as we can imagine. Okay, in your presentation, you actually mentioned that the foreign reserve is, what now, 29 billion? Okay, well, the World Bank actually said it is 30 billion. So let's give or take, 29, 30, well, not much lose of sleep, as it were. But then, would federal government now start realizing its reserves to take care of its states because of salaries? Can they negotiate a possibility of getting out of this? Looking even at the debt profile of the country, especially what the states themselves have been able to contribute, it's quite enormous, it's huge, it's large.
So going forward now, what is the best tack to take with this situation?
Honestly, I think at this level, there is a need for them to call the labor unions. No matter how as bad as it will be, there are some monies in their coffers now, and they are still getting their IGRs, and they are getting their allocations from FAC. If anything else, they should be able to say, okay, your monthly salaries, we will pay. Yes, we have this backlog. We have states between 1 month to as much as 9. In some cases, we even had about 11 months in some instances. Okay, so we're saying, look, okay, monthly, take what is due you. And going forward, from either the first month, because a cash flow plan has to be developed, has to be consciously developed, to be able to take care and arrest this situation before it totally gets out of hand. That, okay, all the outstandings that we are owing you, we'll reach an agreement. This is our position. Because if you show yourself the way you are, honestly, the person you are negotiating with will trust and believe in you. Because there's been lack of trust eroded over the years. You've not been clear with your utterances. You say something, you do something totally different. You take care of yourself more, because I learned, actually, how sad that is, that as much as they are not paying civil servants, government officials are getting paid fully. So how do you not explain that? So many of such accusations are there, tabled, as it were. So if it's like, okay, 10 months we are owing you, we will pay down your 10 months within 1 year of 12 calendar months. But every month, we will pay you your actual net pay per month, inclusive of a proportion of what we are owing you over this period of time.
But how will you pay? How will you pay when you don't have the money?
That's the question. So how did we get to this level? Becomes another thing. Where they did not have enough money. Why? Because no thinking, so to speak, no plans, no ideas, no focus. You go into government for the sake of, I am now a government official, not for the purposes of serving and doing well for the general well-being of the people.
Some of them will disagree with you on that. They will always tell you that they have a financial plan which they've tried as much as possible to stick to, but like they quickly point out, the economic downturn, which you've noticed has started since June of last year, hasn't really helped much.
Well, is that not the essence of a manager, being able to manage situations, circumstances, and events? I think that's the job of a manager. So if they're there as the CEOs of their states, because most of them even run those states as if it's a personal or private property. You know, if you are there as such, and then you know that, look, I'm getting the bulk of my income, like we've been doing even as a nation, from a particular source, fact, how am I going to be able to sustain this? I have this lofty idea, this beautiful dream of developing heaven here on earth in my state. Okay, so how do you now move on from there? You need to be able to generate the income. Okay, how did Lagos get to this level? Somebody should be able to ask. You know, if it has not been done before, if it has not been heard before, we say, okay, well, it's something out of the blues. But you already have a template. Somebody has done something. At a time when the state was deprived of its allocation, how did it move? How did it achieve generating as much as city figures? Over 250 billion.
Segun, we're going to have this conversation again, but we're clearly out of time for this segment. But thank you so much for coming on the program and sharing your perspectives
with us.
Our Business Morning continues in just a moment. Please join us again.